all the ways that we understand the world are based on, a belief system, right, that has been taught to us, and that we have developed as a result of our experiences, our conditions. Like, if you basically ain't never been nowhere but you're 4 blocks, you might think that's the world, right? Unless you have TV, you got you got radio, you got the internet, you want Snapchat, talking to this person, that person, you on Twitter, you got Vine. I mean, we overwhelmed with information, right? And all of this information coming in creates an understanding of what the world is, how it works, who's in charge, who should be in charge, what you deserve, what you don't deserve, all of that. And what we have is an entire system, like, when you go to the grocery store and you buy food, there's a whole system behind that food that produced that food, right? There's like all this land that grew them carrots, you know what I'm saying? I know people don't like carrots, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Bunch of stuff that happened that make that food come to be. Same thing with stories, right? So you get on you turn on the TV or whatever, you get in the computer, you seeing a whole bunch of stories that all essentially say the same thing, right? They essentially say, and again, studies have demonstrated this repeatedly, they essentially say, black people, they up to no good. In whatever way you want to think about up to no good. Overrepresented in committing violent crimes. Underrepresented in doing anything other than committing violent crimes. A lack of news stories that don't tell you anything about how the economy works, or anything about science, or just anything about how anything is made, but tell you a lot about what certain people of color are doing and not doing. So the point is that this is a system that creates meaning. Right? That's the point. It produces meaning. And at all of these points, what we call the points of production, right? Like creating news stories, or Hollywood. We talked about Hollywood, books, like all of this stuff, all of these places are points at which meaning is being created. Your understanding of the world is being created. And somebody has an agenda, right? When this meaning that's being created, somebody benefits from this. This is the other part that I want to really drive home, is that this is not just meaning is not just being created. These stories are not being told for no reason. People get rich off of the way these stories are being told. And I'm going to end with this. Stories are created, they affect how we think about the world, and they have a machine behind them, right? So the fact that journalists of color are being rapidly fired from the industry of journalism and rarely elevate to the highest levels of journalism impacts what kind of stories you get out of news outlets, right? If you ain't got no people of color at the top, making decisions about the news, it's going to affect how race is discussed in the news. And in every place, it's like that.